Hey, how's it going guys? In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to write a scraper using Python to scrape product listings on Amazon. Alright, so recently I was looking for some cleaning product on Amazon, and there are tons of options I can choose from. To narrow down my choices, I wrote a Python program to scrape Amazon product listings based on my search query. And for the results set, I export the content of product listings to a CSV file. So here, let me show you what the output is going to look like once we run the Python program. Alright, so here's the CSV file. In this CSV file, we have 5 columns only. So we're going to extract a product's title, which is the product's name, rating count, and the price, and the product URL. And if we go back to Amazon's product listing, and if we go to the top, if I search for cleaning supplies, we're going to get over 20,000 results. And for average individuals, you're not going to go to all 20,000 results. And for me, I only want the products listings that with ratings that is over 4.5, as well as with the review count over 500 or 1,000. And the other thing is you cannot filter the results by how many reviews. Now let's say I want to buy a winter jacket, so this is going to be my search query. And I'll take out the page parameter first. And because we cannot insert empty space, we need to replace the empty space with the plus symbol. Right, so this is going to be our search query. Now I want to create an empty list to store the product listings. And because I want to iterate every single page, I only want the listings from the first 10 pages. So I'm going to say for I in range from 1 to 11. Inside the loop, I'm going to insert a message, processing, and this is going to be the URL, format, and this will be base URL plus the page query or the page number. Now I want to make a request code to the web page. So I'm going to insert the requests library. .get. And I'll pass the URL. And it will be base URL plus the page number. And I'm going to supply the headers information. I'm going to put a break right here. And I'll run this code block. Right, so here I have a typo. I'm getting the same attribute. Let me take a look. It should be format. Okay. And I forgot to do one more thing. I forgot to save the output as response. And I also create my BeautifulSoup object. Here I'm going to insert the BeautifulSoup class. Then I'm going to insert the response object .content. And for the method, it's going to be HTML.parser method. Alright, so let me run this code block. And if I print soup, and that's going to give us the page source code of the web page that we're trying to access. And here notice we're getting the message to discuss automated access to Amazon data. Please contact API support amazon.com. Right, so in that case, let's see. Let me update the user agent name to uppercase or capitalize. And I'll also supply one more setting, which is going to be accept language. And it's going to be English, US. Alright, so let me try again. I can see that I'm getting a lot more information. And to verify the URL is correct, I'm going to print the full URL. Here, let me grab this line here. And I'll click on the link. And that takes me to this page. And we have over 20,000 results. Now we know the URL is valid. Now we just need to know how to access each product listings. So here, let me inspect this product block. This one here. And I'll go to Style Editor. Here, give me a second. I feel like something's off. Okay, should be under Inspector. Now let me collapse everything. Alright, so if we look at the source code, and I'll hover my mouse to each element until every single item is selected or highlighted. And which is going to be this one right here. Then I'm going to expand the element. Then I'll search for the child element that contains the listings, which is going to be this one here. Right, so this element and this element, they are the container blocks that store the product's information. Now we need to find the pattern that we can use to extract just the products, not everything else. If we look at the elements and attributes, we can actually use the data component ID as the indicator that this element belongs to a product listing. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to basically finish the remaining of the script. And I'll explain to you which attribute I use for different types of information, such as the product's name, ratings, rating count, price, and the product URL. Right, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to grab all the elements that contains the products. I'm going to insert the soup object .final, and it's going to be a div tag. And I'll insert two different attributes as my conditions. The first attribute is going to be the class attribute. And it's going to be, because we have multiple class attributes, I'm going to use sResultItem attribute. And it's going to be condition number 1. Then I'm going to insert another condition. I want to include data component as my second condition. And this will be s-search result. Now if I run the statement, if I print results, this list object is going to contain all the product listings. And let's see how many items we have. And we have 62 items from the list. Now to iterate each result from the results object. And the first thing I want to grab is the product name. And from result, the product name should be on the, let's take a look. Here, let me refresh the page. If I click on the product name, right click, inspect. And here, let me go back. And here's the element that contains the product name. And I can see it's under the h2 tag. Now what I can do here is I can reference the result object .h2 .text and just return the product name. Oops, here, let me put a break right here. And I'll run this loop. And I'll print product name. And here's the product title. And since now all the products have ratings, so I'm going to insert try except block. And I want to check against the attribute error. If I run into an attribute error, then I want to continue to go to the next iteration. Otherwise, I want to grab the rating from the result object .find. Now let's go back. Alright, so if I right click, pause on event breakpoint. Here, let me refresh the page again. Alright, so I'm going to click on rating, right click, inspect. And I can see the ratings is under this I tag. So inside the find method, I want to search for the I tag. And for the attributes, it's going to be a icon. .text. I also want to grab the rating count. And for the rating count, it's on the, let's see. I don't know why this pause on event breakpoint kept showing up. So for the rating count, it should be on the, let's see, it should be under this A tag. And let me expand the element. And it will be under this span tag, class is equal to a site space. So for the attribute, it's going to be class a dash size dash base .text. Right, so we have the product name, rating, and rating count. Now we need to grab the price. So for the price, there are two different components. One is the integer itself, the other one is the decimal point. Here, let me close this page. Alright, so if we look at this element, we have two different child elements. The first component is this applies whole class element. And the second element is this applies fraction element. So we need to basically grab these two numbers, add them together to give us the product price. Alright, so here I'll name my integer as price1 from result.find. And it's going to be span tag for the class. is going to be a price whole dot text, and this will be price 2. And again, I want to check against the attribute. And if I run into the attribute, then I'm going to continue to go to the next iteration. Right, so for the decimal point, this is going to be a price fraction dot text. Then I want to add price 1 and price 2 together. And this will give us the final price. I need to convert the value as float. And to export the product URL, we need to supply the base URL, which is going to be Amazon.com. And here's the product URL. It's within the same parent. Right, so from result, I can reference the h2 tag, followed by the a tag, then I'll reference the href attribute. Right, so here, let me put a break right here, and I'll run this code block, or this loop. Right, so the break is outside the loop. Let me put that inside. Now I'm going to print each variable individually to make sure that I will capture everything. So here's the rating count, price, oops. Alright, so the price is 46.1. Let's just finish the remaining of the script. Right. And here's the product URL. Here, the easiest way to verify the price is go into the product listings itself. Right, so here's the price, $46.10, which is correct. Now let me remove the break statement. And here I want to delay the next iteration using the sleep function, and I want to delay it by 1.5 seconds. And when I script everything, I want to put it into a pandas data frame object. And for the counts, we have product name. Actually, let's do product rating count, price, and product URL. Then I want to export the result set to a CSV file. And for the file name, I can use the search query string .csv. And I'll set the index to false. Alright, so going back to the second try block, we need to append the variables to the items list. And this will be product name, actually not product, this will be rating count, price, and product URL. And that's everything I need to write for this Python program. Only 42 lines of code, which is not too bad. And I'll terminate this session. And I'll press F5 to run the script. And we have 10 pages of results. Alright, so looks like the script is finished. Now if I go into my project folder, and here's the winter jacket.csv file, and let me open the file first, and let's take a look. Alright, so if I look at my table, let me hide the product URL column. And let me go to the last item, and I have 270 items based on You'll see rating count. And here you can see that the rating counts are incorrect. Let me take a look. Right, so in this case, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to manually run the code block. And I'll set the I value to, let's do page 4. And I'll create my soup object, my results object, and I'll run these 2 lines individually. Oh, I'm creating my results. Right, so results should be the first item from the results object. Okay, so here I can see that it prints the product's name. Now let's go back to the listings. Let me just take a look. We know everything else is correct. For now, I'm going to end the tutorial here, and I want to go back to the script to figure out what else I can do to address the issue. Alright, so this is a follow-up video for the rating count that's not returning the correct results sometimes. And I end up using this statement here, which is to locate the area label attribute under the spin tag. And because under the result object, we have 2 sets of area label attributes under the spin tag, we need to reference the second element from this result set. And then we're going to extract the text. And that seems to return the correct result every time I run the script.